The African savanna is a land of breathtaking beauty, where the first rays of dawn spill golden light across endless plains, and the silhouettes of acacia trees stand as silent sentinels against the horizon. Its vast golden grasslands stretch to the horizon under an immense open sky, a canvas painted with shifting clouds and the distant calls of wild creatures. Yet, beneath this serene beauty, a silent tension thrums through the air. The tall grasses, swaying gently in the breeze, conceal secrets, shadows that move with purpose, eyes that glint with hunger. For the animals that call this place home, every single day is a test of survival, a relentless contest where only the most vigilant endure. This is especially true for the very young, whose first moments are a fragile miracle. A newborn animal takes its first breath in a world filled with danger, the air thick with the scent of life and the ever-present threat of death. From the moment of birth, it is a target, its tiny form vulnerable, its scent drifting on the wind like a silent invitation to the hungry. The scent of new life, meant to be a miracle, instead acts as a beacon for hungry predators lurking nearby, their bodies pressed low in the grass, muscles coiled, eyes unblinking. Life here is ruled by an ancient cycle of life and death, a never-ending dance where predator and prey are bound together by fate and instinct. The predators are always watching, always waiting for a moment of weakness, a stumble, a moment's distraction, a young one straying too far from its mother's side. The air, filled with the sounds of insects and birds, also carries the threat of a silent stalker. Every chirp and flutter is a note in the symphony of survival, every rustle a warning. For a newborn calf, fawn or cub, the first few hours are the most critical. Their legs tremble as they rise, the world spinning with new sights and sounds. It must learn to stand on wobbly legs, follow its mother's scent, and memorize her every movement, for her presence is both comfort and shield. Instinct sharpens quickly. The slightest movement in the grass sends a jolt of fear through its tiny body, teaching it to freeze, to hide, to run. Its life hangs by the thinnest of threads, and the difference between life and death can be a matter of seconds, a single heartbeat, a single misstep. This is the unforgiving cradle of the Savannah, where dusk brings long shadows and the promise of new dangers. Every day presents a new challenge, a gauntlet of predators, shifting weather, and the ever-present struggle for food and water. A young animal must not only avoid the sharp teeth and claws of lions, hyenas, and leopards, each a master of stealth and patience, but also face the harshness of the environment itself. The earth cracks beneath the relentless sun, and the grasses wither in the dry season's grip. The scorching sun can be relentless, its heat shimmering in waves, driving animals to seek the scant shade of thorny trees. Finding water is a constant quest, and every visit to a watering hole is fraught with peril, as predators lie in wait for the unwary. During the great migrations, the journey is long and exhausting, filled with treacherous river crossings, where crocodiles lurk beneath the surface and the ever-present threat of being separated from the herd. The world for these young creatures is a battleground where only the strong, the lucky, and the well-protected will see another sunrise. Each dawn is a victory. Each night survived a testament to resilience. In this high-stakes world, a young animal's greatest hope is its mother, her presence a fortress, her vigilance unyielding. Maternal love here is not just a gentle bond, it is a fierce, powerful force of nature, a shield forged in the fires of survival. It is a shield against the dangers that wait in the tall grass, a silent promise that she will fight, flee, or hide to protect her young. A mother's instinct, honed over thousands of years, is what stands between her precious offspring and the jaws of a predator. She is a teacher, guiding her young through the lessons of survival, when to run, when to freeze, when to blend into the shadows. She is a protector, a sentinel, and a warrior, her courage unwavering in the face of danger. Her love is the ultimate weapon in the constant battle for survival, on the breathtaking yet brutal African plains, a love that endures through every trial, every chase, every dawn and dusk in the unforgiving cradle of the Savannah. The birth of a giraffe is a dramatic entrance into the world set against the vast, unpredictable Savannah. After a long 15-month pregnancy, the mother gives birth while standing up, exposing her newborn to the open elements and the ever-watchful eyes of predators. The calf falls nearly 2 meters to the hard earth below, a perilous start, but one that is essential for survival. This shocking drop is not an accident. It is a vital jolt that helps the newborn take its first breath and start its heart, awakening its instincts in a world where every second counts. But this moment of new life immediately sends a signal to every predator in the area. Lions, hyenas, and leopards, all attuned to the faintest sign of vulnerability. The scent of birth travels on the wind, carried across the golden grasslands, alerting hungry carnivores that an opportunity has arrived. The calf must get to its feet within 30 minutes, a true race against time, as every stumble increases the risk of detection. A mother giraffe is a formidable defender, her senses heightened and her body poised for action. Standing over 5 meters tall, she is a living watchtower, able to spot threats from a great distance, her eyes constantly scanning for movement among the swaying grasses. Her long neck gives her a unique advantage, allowing her to see over the tall grasses where predators like hyenas and leopards try to hide, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When a clan of spotted hyenas approaches, drawn by the promise of an easy meal, the mother does not run. She knows that fleeing would leave her calf exposed. She stands her ground, positioning her massive body between the predators and her vulnerable calf, using her bulk as a living shield. Her size alone is a powerful deterrent, a clear warning to stay back. Hyenas, though bold, hesitate in the face of such an imposing figure. If a warning is not enough, a giraffe mother has a devastating weapon: her legs. Her legs are long and powerful, and she can deliver a kick with incredible force, targeting the most dangerous predator with astonishing accuracy. A single, well-aimed stomp from her heavy hoof can shatter the bones of a hyena or lion, ending the threat instantly. Even the most determined carnivores know to keep their distance. Even a pride of lions will think twice before taking on an angry mother giraffe. They circle, testing her resolve, but her unwavering stance often forces them to reconsider. She will swing her powerful legs with precision, creating a zone of danger around her calf that few predators dare to enter. Her movements are calculated, each step a warning. It is a spectacular display of maternal courage and strength, a testament to the bond between mother and calf. Against a coordinated attack from a lion pride, the mother's kicks become a dance of defense, her hooves striking out in all directions to keep the predators at bay. The lions are masters of ambush, using the cover of grass and the confusion of dusk, but the giraffe's explosive power and vigilance can turn the tables, forcing even the boldest hunters to retreat. The muscles in her rear legs act like a compressed spring, capable of launching a kick that can send a lion flying, breaking the momentum of an attack in an instant. She uses these powerful blows to create confusion and buy precious time, disrupting the predator's coordination and giving her calf a chance to recover or hide. This allows her and her calf a window of opportunity to escape the chaos, weaving through the tall grass and using the landscape to their advantage. In the world of the Savannah, her powerful defense ensures that this towering, gentle giant is one of the toughest mothers on the plains. Her vigilance, strength, and unwavering courage, the keys to her calf's survival against the relentless challenges of the wild. Even for the top predators, life begins with immense challenges. From the moment they are born, predator cubs are thrust into a world where danger lurks at every turn, and survival is never guaranteed. The hunters themselves must first survive a perilous childhood, where every day brings new threats from both within and outside their own families. For a spotted hyena, the fight for life begins at the very moment of birth, and the first enemy it faces is its own sibling. In the cramped darkness of the den, competition is fierce and immediate. Hyena cubs are born with their eyes open and their teeth fully developed, ready to defend themselves or attack their littermates from the start. In the darkness of the den, a brutal competition for their mother's protein-rich milk unfolds. Only the strongest will get enough nourishment to survive. The stronger cubs often attack and kill their weaker siblings, a harsh reality known as siblicide. This ruthless struggle ensures that only the fittest make it through the earliest days. Nearly a quarter of all hyena cubs do not survive these first few weeks. The den, meant to be a place of safety, is often the site of their first and most dangerous battles. Lion cubs face a different set of dangers, but their vulnerability is just as profound. They are born blind and helpless, hidden away in a thicket or rocky outcrop while their mother goes out to hunt. Their only defense is secrecy and the hope that no predator discovers their hiding place. For the first few weeks of their lives, they are completely dependent on her. The mother's absence, even for a short hunt, leaves them exposed to the dangers of the wild. This separation makes them incredibly vulnerable. The world outside the den is filled with threats, and even the smallest sound can attract unwanted attention. While the pride is away, a lone cub is an easy target for other predators. The Savannah is home to many opportunists, always on the lookout for an unguarded meal. Rival hyena clans or a wandering leopard would not hesitate to kill a lion cub if they discovered the den. The scent of a cub can draw in danger from miles away. Survival depends on the mother's ability to keep them hidden and return quickly. Her vigilance and speed are often the only things standing between her cubs and certain death. Even when the cubs are old enough to join the pride, the dangers do not disappear. The open savanna brings new lessons and new risks. The greatest threat can sometimes come from other lions. Adult males, especially newcomers, are a constant danger to young cubs. When a new male or a coalition of males takes over a pride, they will often kill all the existing cubs. This act, though brutal, is a strategy to ensure their own genes are passed on. This brutal act brings the females back into season, allowing the new males to father their own offspring. For the cubs, it is a sudden and violent end. For the lionesses, it is a heartbreaking loss. They mourn their young but must quickly adapt to the new reality of pride life. They will fight to defend their young, but they are often no match for the larger, stronger males. The struggle for survival is relentless and unforgiving. It is a cruel yet essential part of the cycle of lion society. Only the strongest and luckiest cubs will survive to adulthood. For both hyenas and lions, growing up is a constant lesson in survival. Every day is a test, and every experience is a chance to learn. They must learn to hunt, to navigate the complex social structure of their clan or pride, and to avoid the dangers that lurk around every corner. Play is not just fun, it is essential training for the future. Even a herd of buffalo, usually their prey, can turn the tables. The savanna is unpredictable, and danger can come from unexpected places. If a pride of lions leaves its cubs unattended to go hunting, a vengeful herd of Cape buffalo might stampede through the area, killing the young in retaliation. The environment itself can be as deadly as any predator. In this world, no one is safe. The scorching sun, sudden storms, and lack of water can all threaten the lives of young cubs. Even the future kings of the savanna must first endure the trials of being the hunted, learning every day how to survive in a land where only the strongest endure. Once a year, the African plains witness one of the greatest spectacles on Earth, the great Wildebeest migration. This epic journey is not just a movement of animals, but a living, breathing river of life that shapes the very heart of the savanna. Driven by the search for fresh grazing lands and life-giving water, over 1 million wildebeest embark on a massive circular journey that spans thousands of kilometers. The river, winding through the plains, is both a beacon and a barrier. Its promise of water draws the herds onward, but its dangers are ever present. This incredible river of life flows across the Serengeti, nourishing the land and attracting countless creatures. For predators, the migration is a moving feast, and the riverbanks become a stage for dramatic encounters. For the wildebeest, this journey is a matter of life and death, and for the calves born along the way, it is an especially dangerous time. The river's edge is a place of hope and fear, where new life begins and peril is never far away. The timing of the births is a survival strategy in itself. Wildebeest mothers give birth in synchrony, ensuring that the vulnerable young have safety in numbers as they approach the river. In a period of just 2 to 3 weeks, hundreds of thousands of wildebeest calves are born. The riverbanks become nurseries, echoing with the calls of newborns and the low grunts of protective mothers. This synchronized birthing overwhelms the predators. Lions, hyenas, and other hunters gather at the water's edge, but the sheer abundance of calves makes it impossible to catch them all. There are simply too many calves for the lions, hyenas, and cheetahs to hunt. The river's bounty is shared by all, but it is the wildebeest's numbers that tip the balance in their favor. This strategy is known as predator satiation. The river, teeming with life, becomes a place where survival is a game of numbers. While many calves will be taken, the sheer number of them ensures that the vast majority will survive their first few vulnerable days. The river's edge is a place of both loss and triumph. It is a powerful example of survival in numbers, a collective defense against the waiting hunters. The river's presence unites the herd, forging bonds of protection and instinct. A wildebeest calf is born to run. The river's call is immediate, and the need to move is urgent. Within minutes of being born, it stumbles to its feet, driven by the instinct to follow the herd to the water's edge. In less than 10 minutes, it can run alongside its mother, sometimes even faster than a human. This speed is vital for reaching the river and keeping up with the ever-moving herd. This ability is essential for keeping up with the constantly moving herd, especially as they approach the river's unpredictable banks. The calf has a strong instinct to imprint on its mother, following her closely through the swirling dust and the press of bodies at the water's edge. However, in the chaos and confusion of the massive herd, a calf can easily become separated, especially during the frantic rush to the river. A lost calf is a lonely and terrifying sight, and it will not survive for long on its own. The river's edge, teeming with life, can also be a place of heartbreak. The most dangerous part of the journey is the river crossing. Here, the river transforms from a giver of life to a gauntlet of peril. The mighty Mara River, with its strong currents and steep, muddy banks, is a major obstacle. Its waters are the lifeblood of the Savannah, attracting not only wildebeest but zebras, gazelles, and a host of other animals seeking to drink or cross. As the herd plunges into the water, chaos erupts. The riverbank becomes a frenzy of hooves, splashes, and desperate calls as animals jostle for space and safety. The calves must swim hard to avoid being swept away by the current or trampled by the panicking adults around them. Alongside them, zebras and antelope also brave the crossing, each species facing its own challenges. And beneath the churning water, another danger lurks. The river is home to silent hunters, waiting for the chaos above to deliver their next meal. Giant Nile crocodiles, some of the largest in Africa, wait for this annual feast. Their patience is rewarded as the herds surge through the water, unaware of the jaws below. They snatch calves and even adult wildebeest, pulling them under in a flash. The river's depths conceal these ancient predators, making every crossing a gamble. The river crossing is a terrifying life-or-death gamble for every animal in the herd. Yet, for those who survive, the river is also a source of renewal, sustaining the Savannah and all its inhabitants for another year. Here, at the water's edge, the drama of life and death plays out in full, a testament to the power and peril of the river in the heart of Africa. On the vast, sun-baked Savannah, the wildebeest herd stands as a living fortress. In the face of constant threat, Their most powerful defense is unity, an instinct honed over countless generations. When a predator, like a lion, singles out a vulnerable calf, the entire dynamic of the herd shifts in a heartbeat. The air grows tense, and every wildebeest becomes acutely aware of the danger lurking in the grass. An alarm call surges through the ranks, a sharp, urgent sound that signals the presence of a hunter. In that moment, the instinct for self-preservation is replaced by a collective will to protect the young and the weak. The adults, each weighing up to 250 kilograms, turn as one to face the threat. Their bodies tense, eyes fixed on the predator, ready to defend their own. Instead of scattering in panic, the herd forms a defensive front, a wall of muscle, horn, and courage. This living barrier stands between the hunter and its intended prey, a testament to the power of togetherness. The sight is formidable. Dozens, sometimes hundreds, of wildebeest stand shoulder to shoulder, their sharp horns angled outward, their bodies braced for confrontation. The herd may form a tight circle or a solid line, with every horn pointed directly at the predator. This formation is a clear warning. Approach at your own peril. They stomp the ground, snort, and paw at the earth, sending up clouds of dust. The message is unmistakable. A united and formidable barrier stands in the predator's way. Alone, a wildebeest is vulnerable. But together the herd becomes a force that even the most fearsome predators hesitate to challenge. Even a pride of lions, masters of the hunt, will often pause at the edge of this wall of defiance. The risk of injury is simply too great. A single misstep could mean a goring from a sharp horn or being trampled by a stampede, a fate that could end a lion's hunting days forever. The lions know this well. An injury on the Savannah is a death sentence, and so they weigh their options carefully. At the heart of this defense stands the mother of the threatened calf. She is the first to step forward, her body a shield between her baby and danger. She stays as close as possible, nuzzling and sheltering her calf, her own body a living barrier. Her maternal instinct is fierce. She will risk her own life to protect her young, her gaze unwavering, her stance unyielding. Her bravery inspires the rest of the herd. Adults close ranks, stepping in closer, forming an impenetrable shield around the vulnerable calf. This collective action is not a conscious decision, but a deep-seated instinct. Each wildebeest moves in harmony with the others, as if guided by a single will. The youngest are always kept at the center, surrounded by layers of adults. The survival of the herd depends on the survival of its calves, and every adult plays a part in ensuring the next generation endures. This incredible display of unity is a testament to the power of the herd. But their strength is not only in defense. Each year, the wildebeest undertake one of the greatest migrations on Earth. In search of fresh grass and water, they travel in vast numbers, crossing rivers and plains, braving crocodiles and exhaustion. During migration, their unity is their greatest asset. Shoulder to shoulder, they face the challenges of the wild together: predators, hunger, and the relentless elements. For a young calf, the herd is a fortress. Within its ranks, it finds safety, warmth, and the promise of survival. The herd moves as one, a living shield that travels across the plains. It offers protection not just from predators, but from the scorching sun, biting wind, and swirling dust of the African wilderness. The herd is more than a group. It is family. In their unity, the wildebeest find strength, resilience, and the hope of another day on the Savannah. Across the vast, sun-baked Savannah, survival is a daily challenge. Here, animal mothers have evolved an astonishing variety of evasion and deception tactics, each perfectly tuned to the dangers of their environment. Every day, these mothers must outsmart cunning predators, using the landscape and their own ingenuity to keep their young safe. Take the warthog mother, for example. She lives in open grasslands where cover is scarce and danger can appear at any moment. When she senses a threat, perhaps the distant silhouette of a lion or the scent of a lurking hyena, her thin tail shoots straight up into the air, a clear and urgent signal. Instantly, her piglets know to fall in line, following her in single file. This formation minimizes their profile and makes it harder for predators to single out a target. The family dashes at surprising speed, not into the open, but toward a hidden sanctuary. Their destination is an abandoned aardvark burrow, deep winding tunnels that offer a perfect refuge. Here, the piglets dive headfirst, vanishing from sight in seconds. The mother is the last to enter, backing in so her tough hide and formidable tusks block the entrance. This barricade deters even the most determined predators, who cannot fit or risk injury. In contrast, the Thompson's gazelle relies on the art of invisibility and misdirection. The open plains offer little shelter, so these antelopes have adapted to blend seamlessly with their surroundings. A newborn fawn is born with a dappled coat that matches the dry yellow grass. Lying motionless, it becomes almost impossible to spot, even for the sharpest-eyed predator. While the mother grazes at a distance, the fawn's heart rate slows, reducing movement and scent. This stillness is its shield, making it nearly invisible to prowling carnivores. But if a predator like a cheetah draws near, the mother's strategy shifts from concealment to distraction. She boldly exposes herself, running and leaping in erratic patterns, drawing the predator's attention away from her hidden fawn. This risky maneuver can mean the difference between life and death. The predator, lured by the mother's display, often chases her, leaving the vulnerable fawn undetected and safe. The ostrich, towering above the grass, uses a different approach, communal nesting and calculated sacrifice. The dominant female, known as the major hen, allows several minor hens to lay their eggs in her nest, creating a massive communal clutch. Sometimes up to 60 eggs fill a single nest, a tempting prize for egg-eating predators. But the major hen is strategic. She carefully rolls her own eggs to the center, where they are safest, while the outer eggs, belonging to other females, form a protective barrier. If a predator approaches, it is the outer eggs that are most likely to be taken, sparing the major hen's own offspring. When danger threatens her chicks, the ostrich employs a dramatic broken wing display, flapping and stumbling as if injured. She lures predators away from the vulnerable young, risking herself to save the next generation. These mothers are true masters of illusion, using every trick in the book to outwit their foes. Their alertness and quick thinking are their greatest assets. They study the habits of their enemies, learning to anticipate attacks and respond with precision. From the warthog's emergency retreat drills to the gazelle's silent game of hide-and-seek, each tactic is a marvel of adaptation, shaped by generations of survival in a harsh and unforgiving land. These behaviors are a testament to the intelligence and resourcefulness of savanna wildlife, where every move can mean the difference between life and death. Here, brute strength is not always the answer. Sometimes survival depends on cunning, creativity, and the unwavering determination of a mother to protect her young. In the endless contest between predator and prey, it is often the clever mind and a mother's fierce devotion that tips the balance in favor of survival. Across the vast savanna, maternal care takes on astonishing and diverse forms, each uniquely adapted to the challenges of this wild landscape. From the riverbanks to the open plains, mothers employ remarkable strategies to ensure the survival of their young, often in ways that defy our expectations. The Nile crocodile, a creature renowned for its power and ferocity, reveals a side rarely seen, one of extraordinary tenderness. For 3 months, the mother guards her nest with unwavering vigilance, forsaking food and rest. She listens intently for the faint chirps of her hatchlings, a signal that new life is about to emerge. With jaws capable of crushing bone, she now uses them with the utmost care, gently lifting her fragile young from the nest. She ferries her hatchlings to the water's edge, her lethal mouth transformed into a cradle of safety, ensuring each tiny crocodile reaches the river unharmed. The hippopotamus, another formidable resident of the Savannah, demonstrates a maternal instinct shaped by the dangers of her aquatic world. Giving birth beneath the water's surface, the mother's first challenge is to help her newborn calf reach the air. The calf must instinctively paddle upward, taking its first breath in a world where danger lurks both above and below. For weeks the mother isolates herself and her calf from the main herd, creating a private sanctuary away from threats. This separation shields the vulnerable calf from lurking crocodiles and the aggression of territorial bull hippos who may attack calves that are not their own. The mother's immense size and fierce temperament become the calf's greatest defense as she stands guard in the water, ready to confront any threat. The black rhino, typically solitary and quick to aggression, forms a powerful bond with her calf, a relationship built on constant vigilance. For up to 4 years, the calf shadows its mother, learning the rhythms of the savannah and the dangers that lie within. The mother leads the way, her body a living shield, always placing herself between her calf and any sign of danger. With notoriously poor eyesight, she responds to uncertainty with a charge, a behavior that, while perilous to others, is a formidable defense for her young. Her aggression, so feared by other animals, is a shield that keeps her calf safe from predators and rivals alike. The calf's only sanctuary is its mother's side, her presence a constant reassurance in a world filled with uncertainty. In the arid stretches of the savannah, the Meerkat clan displays a very different, yet equally fascinating approach to maternal care. Here, a single dominant female, the alpha queen, rules the group. She is often the only one permitted to breed, fiercely defending her status. The queen enforces her dominance with ruthless efficiency, sometimes eliminating the offspring of rivals to ensure her own pups receive all available resources. Subordinate females, unable to raise their own young, become devoted caretakers, babysitting, guarding, and feeding the queen's pups as if they were their own. In a remarkable display of cooperative care, adults teach the pups to hunt by bringing them disabled prey, such as scorpions with stingers removed, allowing the young to practice vital survival skills in safety. Though harsh, this system of shared responsibility and strict hierarchy ensures that the next generation is well equipped to face the unforgiving savannah, where only the most adaptable survive. Across the vast African wilderness, the tapestry of life is woven with countless stories of mothers, each one a testament to the power of instinct, devotion, and sacrifice. Here, maternal care is not just a duty, but a lifeline, shaped by millions of years of evolution and the relentless challenges of survival. The leopard, a solitary and elusive hunter, faces the daunting task of raising her cubs entirely alone. Her world is one of constant vigilance, where every shadow could conceal a threat. Driven by fierce maternal instinct, she becomes a master of concealment, tucking her tiny, defenseless cubs into dense thickets or deep rock crevices. Her heart pounds with every distant roar, knowing that a single mistake could cost her everything. To outwit prowling lions and hyenas, she moves her cubs to new dens every few days, her every action guided by an unspoken promise to protect her young at all costs. With patience and gentle persistence, she teaches her cubs to climb, an essential skill for survival. Each lesson is a blend of encouragement and discipline, as she guides them up the rough bark of ancient trees. High in the treetops, she shares meals with her cubs, the branches becoming both sanctuary and classroom. Here, above the chaos of the savannah, she offers them a rare moment of peace and safety. In the open grasslands, the honey badger mother stands as a symbol of raw courage. Officially named the most fearless creature in the world, her maternal instincts are as bold as her reputation. She raises a single cub, teaching it from the earliest days that fear is not an option. Her lessons are simple but profound: never back down, never surrender. When danger approaches, she confronts it head-on, modeling defiance and resilience. Her cub learns to stand its ground, absorbing her unyielding spirit. The honey badger's thick, loose skin is a physical shield, but it is the mother's unwavering determination that truly protects her young. She endures bites and blows, refusing to let go. Even venomous snakes are no match for her. She faces them with calculated aggression, teaching her cub to recognize danger and respond with calculated boldness. If bitten, she may fall into a temporary coma, but her body's resilience is legendary. Hours later, she awakens undeterred and finishes her meal, snake included. Her cub witnesses this cycle of pain and recovery, learning that survival demands both toughness and adaptability. This remarkable resilience is her legacy, passed down through every lesson, every challenge, every victory. In the bird world, maternal devotion takes many forms. Some mothers tirelessly gather food, returning again and again to their nests to feed hungry chicks, their calls echoing with reassurance and love. Even among reptiles, maternal instinct can be astonishing. The African rock python, a cold-blooded predator, reveals a surprisingly warm side when it comes to her eggs. She coils her massive body around her clutch, sometimes up to 100 eggs, creating a living shield. Her embrace is both protective and nurturing, a silent promise to her unborn young. For 3 long months, she shivers her muscles, generating precious warmth. Each tremor is an act of devotion, a mother's instinctual response to the needs of her future offspring. She does not eat, drink, or leave her nest, enduring hunger and exhaustion. Her entire being is focused on the survival of her young, a sacrifice written into her very nature. This feat of endurance is a powerful display of maternal sacrifice, a testament to the strength of instinct over self-preservation. Among birds, perhaps no mother is more dedicated than the hornbill. Her maternal journey is one of total commitment and trust. When ready to lay her eggs, the female hornbill finds a hollow in a tree and seals herself inside, using mud and droppings to close the entrance until only a tiny slit remains. This self-imposed prison is both sanctuary and risk. Inside the dark chamber, she molts her feathers and becomes completely flightless. Her vulnerability matched only by her faith in her mate, she is utterly dependent on her partner, who brings food through the narrow slit. Each delivery is a lifeline, a symbol of partnership and trust. But this devotion comes with risk. If her mate is lost, the nest becomes a tomb, and her sacrifice ends in tragedy, a stark reminder of the delicate balance between love and loss in the wild. The hornbill mother's gamble is a profound act of faith, a testament to the emotional and instinctual bonds that define motherhood across the animal kingdom. In every corner of the savannah, these mothers, fierce, gentle, patient, and bold, shape the future of their species, one act of love at a time. As the first golden rays of dawn sweep across the endless savannah, a new day begins, a day shaped by the fierce devotion of mothers. In every corner of this wild expanse, the enduring power of maternal love is written in acts of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering care. Watch the lioness, her tongue gently cleaning her cub's fur, her eyes ever vigilant for danger. Nearby, an elephant mother wraps her trunk around her calf, a silent promise of protection and guidance. In the gaze of a mother, there is a world of instinct and wisdom. The lioness's eyes never rest, scanning the horizon for threats, while the giraffe mother stands tall, her long neck a watchtower above the grass, always alert for lurking predators. When danger strikes, mothers become warriors. A wildebeest mother charges at a prowling hyena, horns lowered, risking her life for her calf. An elephant shields her young with her massive body, forming an impenetrable wall against lions. The giraffe's powerful kick can shatter a predator's jaw, a testament to the lengths a mother will go to defend her child. Even the crocodile, so often feared, reveals a gentler side. Her jaws, capable of crushing bone, now cradle her hatchlings with the utmost care as she ferries them safely to water. Maternal love takes countless forms. A zebra mother shields her foal from the midday sun. A wildebeest licks her newborn clean, coaxing it to stand and run within minutes of birth. Herds unite, forming living fortresses around their young. Buffalo mothers and aunts create a circle of horns, while elephant matriarchs lead the charge, trumpeting warnings to any who dare approach. The lessons of survival are passed down with patience and care. A lioness leads her cubs through the tall grass, teaching them to move silently. A cheetah mother demonstrates the art of the hunt, her every move a lesson in stealth and speed. Across the plains, families move as one, the maternal bond weaving a tapestry of life that endures through drought, flood, and the ever-present threat of predators. A warthog mother drills her piglets in the art of escape, darting and zigzagging through the grass, her little ones mimicking every move. The gazelle mother, heart-pounding, risks everything, luring a cheetah away from her hidden fawn, her speed and sacrifice the only shield her baby has. Wildebeest mothers gather, forming a wall of bodies and horns, their unity a force that can turn back even the most determined predator. In the shadows, a leopard mother moves her cubs from den to den, her vigilance never wavering, her love measured in sleepless nights and silent journeys. Under the relentless sun, where the earth cracks and predators prowl, the odds are stacked against the young. The struggle for existence is a daily battle, a test of strength, speed, and wit. Yet a mother's protection is the greatest advantage a newborn can possess, a shield against the world's harshest realities. Each species has its own strategy, as diverse as the savanna itself. Some mothers rely on brute strength, others on cunning and deception. A lioness charges a hyena, while a baboon mother feigns injury, drawing danger away from her infant. Some find safety in numbers, like the zebra herd that surrounds its foals, or the ostrich flock that shepherds dozens of chicks across the plains. Others depend on secrecy. Leopards hide their cubs in tall grass. Rhino mothers choose the thickest bush for their nurseries. In the communal nests of ostriches, mothers share the burden, each tending to the eggs and chicks as if they were her own. The hornbill mother seals herself inside a tree cavity, relying on her mate to bring food, her devotion absolute as she waits for her chicks to grow strong. Every shelter, every hiding place is a testament to a mother's ingenuity, each adaptation a story of survival. These are not just behaviors, they are epic tales of devotion written in every step, every nuzzle, every sacrifice. In the glow of sunset, a mother's silhouette beside her young is a symbol of hope and resilience. Day after day, these stories unfold in the dust of the savanna, each one a chapter in the saga of life. The faces of mothers and their young, marked by hardship and triumph, are a testament to the resilience of life in this wild land. The savanna's story is not just a tale of predator and prey, but of the unbreakable bond that shapes every life here. It is a lesson in the strength of instinct, the wisdom passed from mother to child. The bond between mother and young is unbreakable, a lifeline in a world of uncertainty. In the heart of the wild, love is not gentle. It is fierce, determined, and enduring. It is a fighting spirit, a promise to protect and to teach, no matter the cost. Through peril and hardship, mothers lead their young, forging the next generation with every act of courage. They teach, they nurture, and they ensure that life, in all its fragile beauty, continues. With every first step, every gentle touch, the legacy of maternal love is renewed. This powerful, primal love is the true, enduring heartbeat of Africa, a force as old as the land itself, and as vital as the life it protects. Beneath the sweeping grasses of the savanna, a different kind of family story unfolds, one not defined by size or strength, but by extraordinary cooperation. This is the world of the Meerkat colony, a tight-knit society where survival depends on unity, vigilance, and shared responsibility. At sunrise, the colony stirs. Dozens of meerkats emerge from their labyrinth of burrows, each member playing a vital role in the morning's routines. The youngest tumble out first, watched closely by older siblings and attentive mothers. Here, family extends beyond blood. Every meerkat is both guardian and teacher. In the meerkat world, teamwork is life. Foraging parties spread out, searching for insects and roots beneath the sand. Mothers lead their young, showing them how to dig and hunt, while older siblings help guide the way. The pups learn quickly, mimicking the adults' swift motions and sharp calls. Above ground, one meerkat stands apart, alert and upright on a mound of earth. This is the sentry, the colony's watchful eye. With every twitch of its tail and tilt of its head, the sentry scans for danger. Eagles circling above, jackals prowling nearby, snakes slithering through the grass. A single bark or whistle is all it takes to send the group diving underground, safe from harm. The role of sentry is shared, each meerkat taking a turn, ensuring no one bears the burden alone. When threats pass, the colony returns to the sun, resuming their careful dance of survival. If a pup strays too far, an adult gently nudges it back. If food is scarce, stronger members share their catch, feeding the youngest and weakest first. The strength of the meerkat colony lies in its bonds, a web of trust, communication, and selfless acts. Together, they face the perils of the Savannah, turning vulnerability into resilience. Each day, their coordinated vigilance and care write a new chapter of survival, proving that in the wild, unity is as powerful as courage. In the intricate lives of meerkats, we find a final lesson from the Savannah, that life's greatest advantage is not always found in strength or speed, but in the will to protect and support one another. Here, in the heart of Africa, the spirit of family endures in every sentry's call and every shared meal, a testament to the power of cooperation and the unbreakable ties that bind. As the sun dips below the horizon and the golden light fades, a new world awakens on the Savannah. The scorching heat gives way to a cool velvet darkness, and with it comes a cast of elusive nocturnal hunters, masters of stealth and survival. In the inky blackness, the spotted hyena stirs. Often misunderstood, these cunning predators are far more than scavengers. Their powerful jaws and keen senses allow them to hunt in coordinated packs, communicating with haunting whoops and laughs that echo across the night. With night vision far superior to any day-dweller, hyenas move silently, their movements calculated, their teamwork precise. Together, they outwit even the most vigilant prey, turning darkness into their ally. Elsewhere, a shadow slips through the tall grass, silent, solitary, and almost invisible. This is the leopard, the Savannah's phantom. Cloaked in dappled fur, the leopard is the embodiment of patience and precision. It moves with barely a whisper, its eyes glowing in the moonlight, every muscle attuned to the slightest sound. With a sudden burst of speed, it launches from the cover of a low branch, striking before its prey has a chance to escape. The kill is swift, and the leopard drags its prize high into the trees, safe from other predators. Throughout the night, the Savannah pulses with hidden life. Small prey animals freeze at the sound of soft footfalls, ears twitching, hearts pounding. The air is thick with tension and anticipation, every creature tuned to the rhythms of darkness. For some, the night is a time of terror. For others, it is a realm of opportunity and dominance. As dawn approaches, the hunters retreat, melting back into the shadows. The Savannah breathes a collective sigh of relief, and the cycle of day and night continues. In these moonlit hours, we witness the relentless ingenuity of nature, how adaptation, patience, and collaboration shape the destinies of both predator and prey. Here, in the heart of the wild, the night belongs to those who have mastered its secrets. As the first rays of dawn spill across the Savannah, a new cast of characters takes center stage. Scavengers, the ecosystem's dedicated cleanup crew. High above, the silhouette of a vulture circles the sky, eyes keenly scanning for the aftermath of the night's hunt. With wingspans that ride the thermals with effortless grace, these birds are masters at detecting even the faintest scent of decay. When a carcass is found, the vulture descends, joined swiftly by others in a silent swirling ballet. With sharp beaks and featherless heads designed for cleanliness, they strip bones bare with astonishing efficiency. Every scrap is consumed, leaving nothing but the memory of what once was. Their arrival is not a sign of defeat, but of renewal. Vultures halt the spread of disease, ensuring the savanna remains healthy for all. On the ground, the jackal slips through the grass, ever alert. With wits as sharp as its senses, it follows the vulture's lead, seeking out leftovers missed by larger predators. Agile and opportunistic, the jackal rarely wastes an opportunity. It darts in and out, snatching morsels and cleaning up what others have left behind. In doing so, it plays a vital role, recycling nutrients, preventing rot, and supporting the circle of life. Together, vultures and jackals are nature's unsung heroes. Their work goes unnoticed by most, but their impact is profound. By consuming what remains, they maintain the balance of the savanna, ensuring that life can thrive, unburdened by disease or decay. In this intricate web, even the smallest role is essential, reminding us that every creature, no matter how overlooked, has a place in the story of the wild. In the vast, open grasslands where danger lurks with every rustle of the wind, a newborn antelope takes its very first breath. Its world is both beautiful and perilous, a place where survival is not guaranteed, but fiercely fought for from the very beginning. Within moments of birth, the mother antelope gently nudges her fawn to its feet. Wobbly legs tremble, but instinct urges the newborn onward. Speed is essential. Every minute spent on the ground is a minute exposed to watchful eyes and hungry jaws. The mother's tongue works quickly, cleaning her fawn to remove any scent that might betray their presence to prowling predators. Camouflage becomes the newborn's first line of defense. Its tawny coat, dappled with white spots, blends seamlessly with the tall grasses, turning the fawn into a living shadow. As the mother grazes nearby, her ears and eyes are ever alert, scanning for the slightest hint of danger. If a threat appears, she signals with a silent glance, and the fawn instinctively freezes, motionless, heart pounding, trusting in the safety of stillness. Predators roam close, lions, hyenas, and jackals, all well versed in the art of detection. Yet the fawn's best hope lies not in running, but in remaining unseen. Hours may pass before it dares to move again, always under the watchful gaze of its mother. As days turn into weeks, the fawn's legs grow stronger. Soon it will join the herd, learning to sprint and zigzag through the grass, a dance of survival honed by generations before. Through every challenge, the mother remains close, teaching, protecting, and guiding her young. In the heart of the savanna, the struggle for life is never easy, but with camouflage, cunning, and the unwavering care of a mother, the newborn antelope stands a chance, proving that even the smallest and most vulnerable can find their place in the wild. As the sun arcs across the sky and months slip quietly by, the savanna is transformed by the shifting seasons. Here, time is measured not just in days, but in rains and droughts, each bringing profound change to every living creature. With the first distant rumble of thunder, the dry earth awakens. Torrents of rain sweep across the plains, painting the grasslands in vibrant green. For herbivores, this is a time of abundance. Wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles gather in great herds, drawn by the promise of fresh shoots and cool water. Their migration is a spectacle, thousands moving as one, following ancient trails etched into memory by generations past. But abundance is fleeting. As the rains fade and the land turns golden once more, resources dwindle. Grazers must travel farther, pushing onward in search of sustenance. Rivers shrink to muddy pools, and the air grows heavy with dust. Predators watch these movements closely. Lions, cheetahs, and hyenas adapt their strategies, knowing that weakened or isolated prey offer rare opportunities. The rhythm of the savanna is a delicate balance. Each season tests the resilience of its inhabitants, mothers guiding their young across treacherous terrain, herds braving crocodile-infested waters, and predators seizing the fleeting advantages that change brings. In this endless cycle, survival depends not only on strength or speed, but on the ability to adapt to the savanna's ever-changing heartbeat. Here, every life is shaped by the turning of the seasons. A reminder that in the wild, change is the only constant, and the dance of survival never truly ends. Amid the vast open plains, a silent conversation unfolds, a complex tapestry of signals, calls, and movements that binds the savanna's inhabitants together. Here, every animal is fluent in the secret language of survival. A lion's low rumble echoes across the grass, a warning to rivals and a call to its pride. Elephants trumpet and rumble in frequencies too deep for human ears, sharing news of distant water or imminent danger. Giraffes, though often silent, communicate with subtle gestures. A flick of the tail, a tilt of the head, or a gentle nudge, all conveying reassurance or caution. But sound is only part of the story. For many, scent is the messenger. Hyenas mark their territories with pungent secretions, leaving invisible boundaries for others to read. Antelopes pause to sniff the breeze, deciphering the presence of predators or the passage of their kin. Even the smallest creatures like meerkats rely on scent trails to find their way home or alert the colony to threats. Body language is the unspoken code that keeps the savanna in harmony. Wildebeest and zebras raise their heads in unison, signaling alarm through the herd. A cheetah crouches low, muscles tensed, a silent promise of pursuit. Mothers reassure their young with gentle nuzzles, while rivals spar with displays of size and strength, often resolving disputes without a single sound. In this world, without words, communication is the thread that weaves life together. Every call, scent, and gesture is a message of warning, of welcome, of love, or of rivalry. The savanna's language is ancient, shared by generations, and spoken by all who call these wild plains home. Across the endless grasslands, not every relationship is a struggle for survival. Some are built on cooperation, a mutual exchange that benefits all involved. These are the quiet alliances, the symbiotic partnerships that shape life on the savanna. High atop the broad back of a buffalo, a small oxpecker perches with purpose. With each peck and probe it removes ticks and parasites, easing the buffalo's burden while earning a meal. The buffalo in turn tolerates its feathered companion, even twitching its skin to guide the bird to new feeding grounds. Their partnership is a living pact, one that keeps both healthier and stronger. But the oxpecker and buffalo are not alone in their alliance. Across the plains, zebras and wildebeest graze side by side. Their combined vigilance forms a living network of eyes and ears, spotting danger long before it draws near. When one herd startles, the other takes heed, and together they move as one, evading predators through shared awareness. Elsewhere, tiny birds like the drongo follow herds and even hunt alongside mongooses, seizing insects stirred up by their movements. In return, the drongo calls out alarm cries, warning its foraging friends of lurking threats. It's a partnership built on trust and shared survival. Even the mighty rhinoceros seeks company in the form of tickbirds, while warthogs share burrows with mongooses, each benefiting from the other's vigilance and cleaning habits. These bonds, forged not by blood, but by need and opportunity, are the silent threads that hold the savanna's intricate web together. In a world where every advantage counts, cooperation is as vital as competition. Here, survival is not just an individual pursuit, but a shared endeavor, woven into the very fabric of the savanna. In the heart of the savanna, where the sun scorches and shade is scarce, waterholes become more than just a source of life. They are the great equalizers. Here, animals from every corner of the grasslands converge, drawn by the promise of relief. Elephants lumber in, their massive forms commanding respect, while antelope approach cautiously, ever watchful of lurking danger. A pride of lions waits in the distant shade, their eyes fixed on the coming parade of prey. Zebras and wildebeest gather in tight clusters, their numbers providing safety as they lower their heads to drink. A solitary giraffe stretches its long neck, awkwardly splaying its legs to reach the water, all the while scanning for threats. Tensions ripple through the crowd. Crocodiles lie motionless at the water's edge, their presence a silent warning. Birds flit between branches, seizing insects disturbed by the commotion below. Even rivals must share this precious resource, their uneasy truce holding as long as thirst outweighs aggression. Yet moments of harmony emerge. A warthog and a baboon drink side by side, united by necessity. Hippos bellow and splash, creating ripples that send smaller creatures skittering. The air is thick with anticipation, a delicate balance between coexistence and conflict. At the Waterhole, every sip is a gamble. It is a stage where alliances are tested, boundaries are drawn, and life's most vital drama unfolds. Here, survival is a shared ritual, and the story of the Savannah is written in every muddy footprint left along the water's edge. When the Savannah's skies refuse to yield rain and the earth cracks beneath relentless heat, a different kind of drama unfolds. Here, survival is not just about strength or speed, it's about adaptation. Elephants, the giants of the plains, dig deep into dry riverbeds with their tusks, unearthing hidden water for themselves and for those who follow. Their large ears act as natural fans, dispersing excess heat as they move through the shimmering haze. Antelopes and zebras adjust their routines, grazing in the cool of dawn and dusk, conserving energy during the unforgiving midday sun. Their coats reflect sunlight, while their keen senses help them find patches of green missed by others. The resilient oryx has mastered the art of water conservation. It can raise its body temperature to avoid sweating and survive on moisture drawn from the sparse plants it eats. Nearby, the desert-adapted ostrich relies on rapid, shallow breaths to release heat, and its bare legs radiate warmth away from its body. Birds soar high, scanning for distant storms, while burrowing creatures like meerkats and aardvarks escape the heat in cool underground tunnels. Crocodiles rest with open jaws, releasing heat through their mouths, while hippos spend the hottest hours submerged, their skin protected by a natural sunscreen secreted from their pores. Each species, from the smallest insect to the tallest giraffe, has evolved unique solutions to endure the savannah's extremes. Together, they illustrate a powerful truth on these sun-baked plains. Survival belongs not just to the strong, but to the ingeniously adaptable. Amidst the sweeping grasslands and scattered shrubs, one silhouette stands out, the unmistakable umbrella canopy of the acacia tree. Though it may seem silent and still, the acacia is very much alive, weaving a story of resilience and connection that shapes the savannah's fate. From the moment an acacia seed takes root, its journey is fraught with challenges. Grazing herds eagerly nibble at tender shoots while drought and fire threaten its fragile beginnings. Yet those that survive grow into steadfast giants, their deep roots tapping hidden reserves of water, anchoring the soil against erosion, and providing precious shade in a landscape ruled by the sun. But the acacia's true magic lies in its symbiotic relationships. Giraffes stretch their long necks to browse on the leaves, delicately avoiding the sharp thorns, while elephants use brute strength to pull down branches, shaping the tree and dispersing its seeds far and wide. Tiny ants, in turn, make their homes within swollen thorns, fiercely defending their tree from leaf-eating insects in exchange for shelter and sweet nectar. When the dry season bites hardest, the acacia's leaves and pods become a lifeline, sustaining countless animals. Birds nest in its branches, safe from predators, while insects feast on its flowers, pollinating new generations of trees. Even fallen leaves and branches nourish the soil, feeding the cycle of life below ground. The acacia is more than just a tree. It is a keystone of the savannah, a living bridge between species, and a testament to the power of interconnectedness. Through every drought, every storm, and every hungry mouth, the acacia endures, sustaining life and shaping the destiny of the plains.